Hey you guys, it's me, Ms. Z. I am doing these videos for anyone who wants to learn the beginning of drawing, and I probably will end up doing some more videos experimenting with different mediums, all of that fun stuff, and some fun lessons that I do with my students. So I hope this really helps you. Let me know if you have any questions. Like my page, and let's see what else. I think that's it. You'll tend to notice I get a little bit off task very easily. I'm easily distracted, and yeah, if I just go on a tangent, just go with the flow. I sometimes do that. Alright, so I have some materials on my desk. I have a sketchbook with lots of paper available for me to show you what I'm going to do. I have erasers. These come in handy a lot when you're using charcoal and pencils. So I have a really thin one, and then if I push this one out, we have a really thick one. This one you probably have seen a lot of. This one is a lot thinner, so if you really want to get those highlights and key details, I'd highly suggest getting this one. It's like, I don't know, $3 at Walmart, or you can get it at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, and Walmart. I think you can also get at Walmart. You can also get them at, what do you call it? Amazon. I love Amazon. You also need some normal erasers. Pearl pinks are really good to have. Drawing erasers are really good to have, like the name brands. And one of my favorites is a kneaded eraser. Okay, so this is a kneaded eraser. It looks like gum, literally. I decided when I was a kid, my sister had this, and I grabbed it and stuck it in my mouth thinking it was gum. It wasn't gum. It tasted horrible because it was a used fill of pencils and all of that. So yeah, don't chew this. It's not gum. It's a kneaded eraser. My dog is throwing a fit because I'm not paying attention to him. So if you hear him whining, it's fine. It's just Odie being Odie. Some other materials that we have. We've gone over the erasers. Now I'm going to talk about the blenders. This can also be used as a blender, the kneaded eraser. We have blender stumps, blender tools. These things, there's a cat hair on it. They are amazing. I love these. They come in a variety of shapes and sizes. I have a charcoal box, and I have a variety of sizes. They come really small with really small tips, and if you get the paper ones, they tend to not last long, but if you get the ones that are super solid, they last a while, and you use, where is it, this guy to clean this up. Okay, it'll get that charcoal off. This is like sandpaper. Alright, so we'll put that away. Alright, so some more materials that we're going to be focusing on is charcoal. So there's two types of charcoal we're going to focus and hit. Is pressed charcoal, which is, it's heavy, it's not forgiving, it's dark, it's bold, it makes thicker lines. Then we have vine charcoal, okay? Vine charcoal is very light, it's super, super light, and it is way more forgiving. So for example, I'm going to show you. I'm just going to color this real quick. And I can take my kneaded eraser and I can smudge that around. Okay? Give it that nice edge. Then I can take my handy dandy eraser that looks like a pencil, and I can start adding details. And it erases and moves that charcoal so easily. It's awesome. So if you ever want to sketch in a charcoal and get a basic drawing before you lay down those heavy darks, vine charcoal is the way to go. So I'm going to mark this with, so this is vine charcoal. Okay. And then I'm going to use pressed charcoal. I'm going to do the same drawing. I draw a sphere and add details to it, but I'm not going to fill it in like I did with my vine charcoal because it's not forgiving like I said. I'm going to use my blender stick. I can push it around. It smears a lot easier because it's thicker. It has more medium in it than it would have vine charcoal. The vine charcoal kind of just sits on top. Alright? And then if I go to erase it, you're going to see those lines a lot better. And the reason why is because the contrast between the two. Now what I mean by contrast, it means your eyes are almost in shock about it. So for instance, NFL teams, football teams, Broncos, they're blue and orange. Vikings, they're purple and yellow. Those are opposites. They're complementary colors, but they contrast one another. They fight one another, okay? Trick you with your eyes. Same with Christmas colors, red and green. Those are super contrast colors. Same with black and white because they're complete opposites on the value scale. So this is the difference between the two, and I'm going to mark this. So this is pressed charcoal. You're fine, I promise. You're not in trouble. You just got to stay there. Alright, so that is the difference. We have the vine charcoal, and then we have the pressed charcoal. This one is heavier, this one's lighter, okay? Now, we're going to talk about drawing pencils. A lot of my students tend to use, let me get in these. When you're in an art class, do not use these. They are bad. Unless you really need a fine, light line using light pressure, they can be somewhat good. But other than that, you shouldn't use this at all, okay? You need to use drawing pencils. I have a variety, which variety means many, of drawing pencils. And this brand is Faber-Castell. I don't know if that's how you say it, but that's how I'm going to say it. They're a really popular brand. You can find them at Michael's and Hobby Lobby, Amazon. I think Walmart even might carry them. So I have, let's see, we have a 2H. If I can find the numbers. An HB. A B. A 2B, a 4B, and a 6B. Okay, so how this works is when you're using these pencils, you need to figure out how they work. Because you can't just grab one and assume it's just going to be what you're looking for. You have to understand what they are. So for instance, my 2H. H stands for hardness of lead. H, hardness. Okay, the reason why I say that is because when you're scratching on the paper lightly, okay, it's really loud and it's going to draw light, super light, because that lead is so hard. So that's what I mean by super light. Then we have, if we move up to the last one, the B's, they're going to be bold. B is for bold. So, for instance, we're going to figure out that the lead is super, super soft. It's heavier and it's darker. And so you want to make sure that you're using light pressure at all times. Okay, so this is a 6B. And that's the difference. Now, if you're wanting to blend, you're more than welcome to blend using the blender sticks, and it will push around either lead Obviously, one's going to be darker than the other. And that's what happens when you erase. Okay? So, what I would like you to do before you keep watching, pause the video, experiment with your materials, get to know them, because once you get to know them, it's easier for you to understand how to use these materials when we're doing our projects. Okay? Alright, so now we're going to move on to the fun stuff, the activities. So, I have not 6 classes, I do have 6 classes, but I have 6 tables in my class. So I always have either 3, you are so dramatic, you need to stop. There are 6 tables, and so I usually have 6 stations for them to experiment, or I divide it in 3. So for instance, we have 3 materials, and we're going to learn 3 different kinds of line. So for example, let me pull this up real quick. Stop. Alright, so the definitions, I'll read them to you. We're going to focus on continuous line, contour line, and cross contour line. These 3 are really important for you to understand in the beginning drawing because they are the foundations of how we start to draw. Okay? That is enough. No. I swear he's like sitting there just back talking me. He's underneath the bed just whining, staring at me with those giant puppy dog eyes. So, for instance, we're going to talk about continuous line, and I'll give you an idea of it after I'm all done with these. In a continuous line drawing, the artist looks both at the subject and the paper, moving the medium over the paper and creating a silhouette of the object. Like blind contour drawing is an artful experience that relies more on sensation than perception. It's important to be guided by instinct. Okay? So continuous line, we never pick up our pencil. It's all connected. Okay? It can be gestural, it can be more solid, so it's more defined, however you prefer, but you don't ever pick up your pencil. Or if you're in a digital art, you never unconnect those lines. They're always connected. Alright, so contour drawing is an artistic technique used in the field of art in which the artist sketches the contour of a subject by drawing lines that result in a drawing that is essentially an outline. The French word contour meaning outline. What does this remind us of when we're in school? Or when we're kids? You would get those handy dandy sheets and you get time to work on them, or you would also beg your parents to buy them for you so that you can get your crayons out. If you don't know what it is, it's okay. It's a coloring book. Those are really good for contour drawings, and that's what they're known for. Now, cross contour lines are very much an attitude about their approach to drawing. They're the lines that reflect the movement of your eye in and around what you see. While contour line describes the edges, cross contour describes the form and volume. So for instance, we can draw a square on our paper. Great. Now let's make it 3D and show that that side is in the direction that it's shaping. So you're going to follow those lines. Okay? And I'll go over this. So, for instance, now it's for the fun part. I have my phone. I'm going to put on a timer. So what you're going to do is, my phone will work. There we go. Let's see. Where is it? Oh, timer, right there. Go lay down. Alright, so I'm going to set my timer for 2 minutes. You're going to do drawings of objects. You need 4 to 5 objects or more in order to do this, because the reason why you need that many is to push your abilities. A lot of you say that you're a horrible artist, you're a horrible drawer. Well, it's because you don't push yourself. You don't attempt. It's like working out. Oh, I'm going to work out tomorrow. And then it comes around 5 o'clock and you're like, no, I'm not. So you have to make sure that you push yourself. If you don't push yourself, it's not going to work. You're not going to better your skills. So how you're going to do this is you're going to go collect 5 random objects around your house, which that's what I did. So I got eyeglass cleaner because, you know, I got glasses. Watermelon cream soda that I got from Fort Collins at the candy store, not shore. An old antique perfume bottle, which I absolutely love this thing. Still works. And then I have my mouse. And I have Aquanet. We'll figure out why we have this in a second. This is also part of the materials list, but I'm going to demo it so you understand it. But I'm going to also use it for my drawing. So I'm going to organize these in a mannerly fashion to make sure that they are interesting. You're building your composition. Okay, composition means how your image is going to be laid out. I'm putting them in a position that I think will be more interesting. Okay, and I'm a little OCD, so I have to make them even and tall bottles on both sides. It's weird. So I got all my materials. I'm going to do this 3 times for 2 minutes using different types of line. So for instance, I have my list. Okay, my list for the first round is contour line using the medium pencil. Then my second round is cross contour line using Vine charcoal. Then my third round is continuous line using Press charcoal. Okay, so those are my 3 stations that I'm going to do. Except for I don't have 6 tables, so I'm just going to do it at my desk, and it's all right here. Reason why I also do it at 6 tables is because, excuse me, what do you call it? The objects change. So I have 5 objects at each table that are all different, so people can get a different understanding of how to draw different objects. And it's not getting boring. But if you just have these 5 objects, that's fine. Just go with the flow and try and push your limits. Then we get to the next round, which I'm going to go over. I'll demo 1, and then you'll do the rest. And then I'll demo the first round of the next, which I'll explain. That sounds confusing. So let me just do it real quick. So like I said, contour line using pencils. So I'm going to use a light pencil. I'm going to get ready. And essentially you need to think about it as a race. Alright, so get ready, set, go. Alright, so I'm going to contour line. So contour line is the outline. Go. I'm sorry if you hear that noise. It's the wind. I live in Wyoming, if you haven't noticed, University of Wyoming. And it is super windy. I think right now my house is getting hit with 70 mile-an-hour winds. We have gotten hit with more, and so it gets pretty intense when we have windstorms. But there's not a day usually that it's not windy. Odie, you're fine. Quit it. He's a little attention boy. He needs the attention on him. So if something's not going his way, he backtalks me. He's very mouthy. Aren't you? You're a little turd butt. Alright, so I accidentally drew my bottle way too big. That's okay. I'm just going to go with the flow. I'm not going to fix it. As an art teacher, I will make mistakes. It's human. Alright, there's my... And I'm trying to measure with my eyes of what this looks like. So contour lines is just the basic shapes. It's not giving too much detail. Time. Okay, so that was 2 minutes. This is what I got done in 2 minutes. Alright? That's not a lot of details. You have to move fast. You'll figure out why I do this. So, contour line. Now I'll demo the next one, so I'll do 2 each, so you have a better understanding of what I'm doing. So the next step is cross contour. Okay? No. I am using cross contour, and I'm going to use Vine Charcoal, which is super forgiving. You have to be careful with Vine Charcoal because it breaks super easily, and it can make horrible, horrible sounds. Nails on a chalkboard. It makes you cringe and your skin crawl, and it's just awful. So I'm going to set the timer again. Alright, so get ready, set, go! Alright, so cross contour. I'm drawing my contour lines first, and I'm trying to do it super, super fast because I have to get all those objects in there, and then I also have to incorporate the cross contours. So it's not going to be perfect by any means. That's a lot of work when I'm drawing 5 images, right? Alright, and then I got my Aquanet. Alright, so now that I got all my objects in there. Got my little mouse. Now I'm going to start going in and adding those continuous line. So continuous line, like I said in the vocab, or the definition, it says it can have an attitude. So the attitude can come from how thick and thin you make the lines, how many times that you use your cross contour lines. You can use it to create shadows. You can use it to make all sorts of things. And you'll see what I mean in a second. And if you're watching this, it'd probably be a good idea to research and get more of an understanding of your vocab. Alright, time. So that you understand what is being asked. Okay? So that's my cross contour. Like I said, it's not going to be pretty. That's fine. We're not focusing on trying to be pretty. Okay? Alright, so the reason why I have hairspray. I know. You gotta shake it. So it's a fixative. You can buy actual Crayon fixative. I think it's like $5 a can, $4 a can. This is $1 at Walmart. Okay, I've had this since my first year of college, my first art class, and so I'm gonna shake it because it's old, and you don't want to spray it from this this close. It'll ruin your drawing, and you don't want that. I want to hold it from this far, and I'm just going to lightly go over it. Okay. And what's that I can't talk today. What that is going to do is it is going to make sure that that charcoal on your page does not smudge around. Okay. You want to make sure it doesn't smudge. So, for instance, I'm touching it lightly. There's no way if I didn't spray that, it would be that light. Usually it would just erase my lines. Stop. Go lay down. Okay, so that is my cross contour. Bless you. Now we're going to do continuous line, but I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to act like I've already done all 3 of the lines. So continuous line for the 3rd round of this round is going to be pressed charcoal. So you'll do that round drawing your objects for 2 minutes, okay? Then your next 3 rounds, you want to make sure you up the timer. So you're going to give yourself 3 minutes. 3 minutes to do contour line, pressed charcoal. Round 2, cross contour, pencil, and continuous line, vine charcoal for 3 minutes. So I'm going to demonstrate what continuous line is, but I'm going to be using pressed charcoal since I haven't showed you what that is. What do you have? Stop. Alright, so pressed charcoal, we're going to demo this. Continuous line with pressed charcoal. Continuous line, we don't what? We don't pick up our medium. So I'm going to up my time to 3 minutes. Alright, so get ready, set, go, and I can't pick this up. Okay, so it's going to be very gestural, okay? I know. I know. Your life is over. I know, the door's closed. You're so mouthy. Alright, so I'm getting all those details. I'm trying to anyway. A little push top on my little perfume bottle. At least I think it's a perfume bottle. Could be like a little oil can or something. No, it's not an oil can. And then here's my, what do you call this? Lens glasses cleaner. There we go. I think it smells like bubble gum when you spray it. It smells so good. I know that's weird, but I think it doesn't smell bad. I like glass cleaner. Eyeglasses cleaner. Alright, so now that I got that, I'm going to start adding the shadows very gesturally. It's not going to be perfect. That's completely fine. I have 3 minutes to do so to show that this object is more than just a perfume bottle, and then I'm going to add those kind of lines to it. Stop, go. And then the label has, hey, quit it. Go lay down. Oh, quit. You're so dramatic. So you know the hyenas off of The Lion King? That's what my dog acts like. Where he just sits there and chomps on his foot. And he gnaws on it like it's a treat. He's so weird. I don't get it. Alright, so now I'm going to start blending. As fast as I can, not lifting it up. It's going to be very gestural. Alright? And heavy charcoal. Alright, time. I just want to keep going. Alright. That's what I got for my heavy charcoal. Okay. So we got continuous line for pressed charcoal. And you can rearrange these. Just make sure that the mediums are at different spots, not at the same line that we're focusing on. And change it up a little bit. So that way you can explore. Here's what my list is. If you want to see that, that's how I did it. You can do it completely different. It's up to you. Okay? Alright. So you're going to do that 6 times. Make sure you have all your materials ready and you have your paper ready. If you have any comments or suggestions that you want to see in the future, let me know. Like my video, share my video, have fun with it, and this was my first video, you guys. I hope it goes good. I figured I'm an art teacher. Why not teach internet? We're growing in the technology world. I guess I gotta do it too. So, hope you like this. I hope it helps you understand some of the things in art. I'm gonna go feed my dogs because that's why he's yelling at me. Alright, have a great day. Stay warm if you're in Wyoming. It's getting cold. I think it's gonna snow soon. Alright, have fun.